up, everyone? Welcome to Minorly Important, the podcast where we talk about minor league sports. I'm your host, Kevin Marlowe. I'm joined here by my co-hosts, Dylan Little. Dylan, how's it going, bud?
Hey, yeah, can't complain. Just hanging out. And unfortunately, got a stomach bug coming through the house right now. So we got kids that are, one way out, the other way as well. It's just, yeah, it's fun.
Yep.
But how you doing?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. It's like we keep saying, busy time of year. So holidays and all that, and stuff. So yeah. All right. And then we're also joined here by Colin Scholl. Colin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Kevin. I would just like to come out publicly and speak this right now. This may be my last minorly important podcast episode on for the next probably 5 weeks, I would say, because we might be getting induced next week after Christmas.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
So,
let's go.
I'm super excited for him to get here. Everything's ready to go, and we've been waiting for it for 9 months, and he's already here. So let's get it going.
Let's go. Well, Colin, we are excited for you, and we can't wait to congratulate you when on the birth. But we are also joined here by Ryan Baker. Ryan, how's it going?
Hey, Kevin, for a lot better than the last time I was. You asked me how it was going.
No Ryan's rants this time.
No rants today. No rants today. So I'd like to congratulate Colin on the future birth of his son Ryan Scholl, because I know he's going to go with that name.
Hey, I did mention it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, everything's good on my end. Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing great. Like I said, it's busy, but it's been nothing but great times as we are also getting ready. We're not as close as Colin, but very close to my son being born as well. But we are also joined here by a very special guest. It's finally worked out. There are several hints laying around the studio right now. I've got his bobblehead and his jersey shirt hanging up, but we're joined by Stephen Hicks. Stephen, how you doing tonight, Steph?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing? I see you got, is that a Leaf jersey behind you?
Yeah.
You might need a Hicks jersey next. I might have to send you one.
We will definitely hang that one up. Yes,
we'll hang it up for sure.
Yes,
if not the blue and gold, then the red and gold. The original colors, that would be cool.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
That would look good hanging up in here.
Right.
We'll replace your the T-shirt with that
because the jersey's definitely cooler than the
yes,
T-shirt.
Yeah,
100%.
guys.
The
blue jersey is
but
the better one, but.
We also have one of my favorite bobbleheads is the Steph Hicks bobblehead. So,
nice.
But Steph, we've known you for a while, Colin and Dylan and I, because we all worked for the Mad Ants through your time there. And you are the second player, I believe, in G League history to have your jersey retired.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty great story, and we'll definitely jump into that. But what was your journey like? How'd you get to the G League and all of that? Where'd you start?
So it all started, my last season at Cal State Northridge, which is in Los Angeles. Finishing up my senior year there, just going through the process of finding an agent. Once I found an agent, he got my name into the draft, and I was kind of learning the whole process of the whole G League draft D League at the time.
Oh yeah,
it was the D League instead of G League, but D League. So I was trying to figure out all the information. I really didn't know too much about it, but on that draft day, I got a call from an agent. He said that I was originally drafted by OKC. So I thought I was going to OKC. But then he ended up telling me that the Mad Ants traded for me, so I was going to Fort Wayne. So that's kind of how a little bit of how that process went. And I just remember myself, like, I didn't know too much about Fort Wayne. I was like, where is Fort Wayne? And I figured I was in Indiana, and I was searching up all the stuff, that Fort Wayne had to offer. So that's kind of how that went.
So was it kind of like the 2K video game where you get sent out? Was that your worry that you're going to be out in the middle of cornfield?
Just a little bit, yeah. I was on Google and I was searching. I saw it was a small city, and yeah. And then once I got out there, obviously, I kind of saw more about what Fort Wayne had to offer. But yeah, just Googling it just gave me a little bit of information what
Yeah.
Fort Wayne's all about.
Overtrust a video game.
For
It's
sure.
a cornfield.
Right.
So you were there with the maroon and gold.
Mhm.
What year was your rookie year for the Ants?
I think either 15, 16, or 16, 17. One of those years.
All
I
right.
think it might have been 15,
Yeah.
15. But it was my
I think it was the first year the drumline got in too.
Oh yeah, it must have been. Yeah. So yeah. So like
So
that
you
was,
never knew a world without us.
no,
So
no, or
That's-
the dancers either. So
Yeah.
I think they don't have dancers anymore. They might try to bring them back, but yeah, I was there with the drum line and the dancers.
Yeah, no, you were one of our favorites. I do have to ask, what was it like to play with a team where you had a drum line there heckling your opponents
Hey,
constantly?
it was actually very exciting just because of the fact that, when you guys, did your things with the drum line, I try to see if it would kind of affect those guys, the other team coming in, and I know, it got to them. You definitely probably helped cause a lot of missed free throws.
Well, we tried to. I don't know if you noticed, but the last couple of years we had what we called the missed free throw gong. It was a little 12-inch
Uh,
gong that every time they missed their free throw, we'd ring it.
Ring it.
And so, yeah, it was great.
Well, just like spending my last 2 years in Indy and playing in Gangbridge, I noticed there's a lot quieter
Yeah.
in the arena. So, definitely missed the noise.
Yeah. So what would you say was one of the coolest moments for you in your time in the G League?
I mean, I would have to sit here and really think about that because I spent like 8 years in the G League, and I've probably seen and been a part of a lot of moments throughout the course of my career. And let me think what was one of the big moments. I mean, I can't the fact that last year them just retired my jersey. I think that's something that wasn't expecting. I know it was something talked about. So when CT came to me, he was talking about how it would be cool if they retired my jersey, but I didn't think they were really going to do it. But I think that has to be on top of my list. And even doing it during the game at halftime too, which is pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
usually that stuff happens maybe a couple years after you're done playing, but I'm still playing, and they honor me with that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
We're up there with Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, CT, when he was on, he talked about that night of retiring your jersey and how cool it was to bring in your mom and your fiance
Yeah.
secretly, and everybody had the Steph Hicks t-shirts on and all of that. It had to be a cool moment, and we were thrilled on this podcast to see you get your jersey retired. You certainly earned it. I mean, I don't remember a time where you weren't on the squad. Like you were, yeah. I mean, clearly you were there as long as we were. So,
Literally, yeah. It's been.
yeah.
I think about that to this day. I was like, man, like pretty much my whole career has been in Indiana. So
Yeah.
had some great times out there.
Now, did you play overseas at all?
I did. I had a couple of stints overseas. Like I played in Russia, and I played in Taiwan a couple of seasons, and then I played in China too. So they're all like pretty short seasons. I know those seasons were like maybe longer than 5-6 months, but they're definitely a great experience too going out there. Learned a lot.
Yeah. Out of all those countries, which one was your favorite to play in?
It has to be Taiwan. When I went to China, that was my first time actually experiencing going overseas, and China is pretty tough going out there for the first time, just because of the fact that you're in a new country. Over there, they pretty much block off all the American apps and websites and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to communicate with your family, loved ones. Too, and during the time, I was kind of picky with eating. So I didn't really eat a lot of new stuff. So like when I was out there, I had trouble finding places where to eat. So that was kind of difficult for me too. So like that was a good like a new experience. But I had to say Taiwan just because of the fact that the culture is so loving. Basketball, they love basketball out there. They treat it like their league, they treat it like the NBA. So like they'll come out after games wanting pictures, autographs, they'll still check in on you, like even if you're not playing. So till this day, like I still have a lot of fans coming out, reach out to see, checking up on me. So that's pretty, good, a good feeling to have.
Yeah. So would you say then China was the hardest country to play in?
I wouldn't say I said Russia just because Russia is a total different. The style of play was different. The coaching was different. Like, uh, it was just a hard time for me. I only spent 2 months out there, and I ended up getting cut. It wasn't a good fit. Like both of us, they were looking for something different. I was looking for something different. It didn't really work out for both of us. But I had to say Russia. That was kind of one of my hardest points in my career.
So then it was the year after the COVID year you got your call up, or was it the year before the COVID year?
Actually, the year before 18-19, so the year
Yeah.
before that got the COVID before the COVID hit.
Yeah. And so how was that? What weren't you up there during their the Pacers playoffs as well?
No, 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 no. I got during the period. It was like during January.
Oh,
Um,
that's right.
I got called up, and then like that's when Vic had his injury,
At
unfortunately. So I was there for that, and that was tough to see, but I was there, so I got to see chance to see the Golden State Warriors. They when they came in to Indy. That's when they had like Boogie, KD.
yeah.
They're making their run too, so it was a pretty dope experience to be part of that. I learned a lot being up there. Got a chance to meet a lot of great people, and I would tell people like that's one of the great experiences I've ever had. And I have a lot of stories that I can tell, and I learned a lot. It's definitely a confidence booster too, just being up there and being around those NBA guys.
Yeah, no, you certainly earned it, and we are more than happy to have you share those stories with us. Because I bet that had to be cool. And the fact that their star player got hurt, and you were the one that they called to kind of fill in that next roster spot.
Yeah,
Jeez, if I could talk.
yeah.
What was it? Did you get playing time
No,
during that?
no, I didn't get any playing time when I was up there. I think they had like a full roster, so I didn't get a chance to play. But like even like not playing, I still got to practice with them. I got to travel with them and kind of experience the whole NBA. So it was still a great opportunity. Obviously, unfortunately, obviously, I wanted to play and be, say I got in and had some time in the NBA game. But um, I still had a great time out there, and I still appreciate those guys, for calling me up because obviously they didn't have to do that. Um,
Right.
but I definitely cherish those moments. So
Yeah. I mean, did you get an NBA jersey with your name and number and
yeah,
stuff on
yeah,
it?
I got all that. I got the
Nice.
jersey, still have it in
Nice.
here. So I was
That's
able
dope.
to give it one to my mom, and I still have a couple other ones I was able to um have and when me and my fiance moved, we were able to, once we have our game room and stuff like that, I'm able to hang it
Yeah.
up there and kind of um walk in and see those jerseys.
That'll be cool. That'll be really dope. So how many so you've only played for the Mad Ants in the G League.
In the G
You
League, yeah.
played for 3 seasons, it sounded like overseas in
Hmm.
China, Russia, and Taiwan. So that your professional career was either in Indiana or overseas.
Yep. Yep.
Except for a brief second where you were assigned to Oklahoma City and then
Yeah. Yeah.
got traded for it.
Probably like maybe no more than 5 minutes, I would say. But yeah, pretty much either in Indiana or somewhere overseas.
I mean, I gotta say that's probably one of the best decisions Brian Levy and CT made,
Right.
was doing that to
Right.
get you,
They
because
definitely did a good job scouting. I think about this too, like as far as the scouting wise, like they definitely did their scouting. How did they find me? Because um Indiana's in the Midwest, and I've obviously played out here in Los Angeles, and it's a whole totally different part of the countries, or the states. No, they definitely did their job in their scouting.
yeah. No, and then so, um, what would you say is one of the hardest parts about being in the G League?
I would say just um adapting, right? When you have to adapt to those NBA guys getting called down, like you can be playing lights out, full of 40 minutes a game, and feel like you're very doing, being successful. But when those
Mhm.
guys come down and they have to play, like your minutes get cut, your shots get cut, um, and you might not be as effective because of the fact that they are down there to develop and see most of the time. So like when they get back up to the big club, they're ready to play. So I think that's one of the hardest things, just um to being able to adapt to those situations.
Yeah. No, that's definitely something, like when we talked to CT and Coach Hankins, those were definitely things that they talked about. Who would you say is one of the best people that you've gotten to play with that like feel like you fed the most off of?
Um, see, that's another question too. A good question too. Just because I've played with so many different guys. Like when I first started, in Indiana or Fort Wayne, this guy CJ Fair. He's one of the guys that
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
don't know if you remember him, CJ. He was
Yep.
one of the good guys that, or Walter Lemon, um,
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah, we really need to get him on the pod
Yeah.
too.
yeah, yeah. So those guys, what I would say, and then Trey McKinney Jones is another guy that we've meshed well together.
Yeah.
Those are like the earlier careers, and then the middle of my career, maybe like Ben Moore or Daquan Jones, like those guys, like those are
Oh yeah.
some good
Yep.
players too. Tradeon Hollins. I mean, yeah, I can
Jordan
name so
Lloyd.
I can go on and go on and on. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys I can name literally right now and sit here for like 20, 30 minutes and I can name a lot of guys, but there's so many different guys I can name, and I know I'm missing a lot, and I hope, if they watch this, they don't get mad at me, but no, yeah, I
Who's
play with so
your
many different guys.
who's your favorite squad that you remember? Like what year was your favorite? What was the best locker room chemistry you guys had?
Honestly, one of them would be my second year. I think we started like the league like 14-0. That's when we had like Julian Stone, Gordon Lloyd, Trey, and Travis Leslie. I think that group right there was we were so collectively collectively together, just because of the fact that like we were so close off the court, and I think it translated on the court. So I think that year was pretty fun for us.
Yeah. Shout out Jordan Lloyd in his championship with the
Right,
Raptors.
right. He
He
got.
he was hugging Kawhi after that shot, and I said, "Oh my God, it's Jordan Lloyd."
I
No,
know
yeah,
him.
definitely Jordan loves my guy, and I know he's doing big things right now. So no, shout out to Jordan Lloyd.
Yeah. How cool is it to pop open 2K in a year that you were in the league, and you could, if you're a GM or Mike GM or whatever mode, that you can pull yourself up to an NBA team or trade for yourself? How cool is that to see yourself in a video game?
No, that's pretty cool. I don't want to brag about myself. No, just seeing myself, and my character actually looked definitely like me. They didn't do no face scans or anything, but it looks a lot like me. I had a lot of people texting me like, "Hey, you're in 2K." My little nieces and nephews are like, "Oh, like we were playing with you in 2K."
Yeah.
But no, that's just a blessing. Like just to being able to say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I was in 2K or in a game." It's just like, who would have thought? Like me growing up, and yeah, just never thought I would ever be in a game like that. So I was definitely happy to see that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know the first time they brought it out, or that first year that you could play as the Mad Ants, when that was the storyline behind it, we all got a copy of it, and we were all going through. It was like, oh, hey, look, we know that guy and that guy and that guy.
Yeah.
I also,
Definitely put Fort Wayne on the map because
yeah,
after that 2K came out, everybody knew where Fort Wayne was.
yeah. No, I remember texting, I don't know if you remember Ryan Stevens,
Yep.
the media, texting him going, why didn't you tell me? And he goes, I found out today.
No, that was pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure we all found out when that trailer was released
Yeah.
on the new game mode.
And
Yep.
that's when the Mad Ants front office found out. But yeah, so I thought it was super cool going through that list every year and being like, hey, I know that guy and that guy, and like
Right.
it's insane to think that like we all knew each other on a name to name basis, and little me would be sitting there going, oh wow, I knew somebody in a video game, but I can't imagine what you're sitting there going, I'm in a video game.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Definitely, when I have kids someday, I definitely will tell them and show them that.
break out the old console and be like, look, dad was on this
Right.
game. So, who would you say was your basketball inspiration growing up?
Yeah, it has to be Kobe Bryant. Growing
Okay.
up in LA area, that's
Yep.
when the Lakers, Shaq and Kobe era was going in, and they're big out here, and that's kind of the reason why I got into the game is just watching the Lakers play, watching Kobe play, and just wanted to be just like him. So
Mhm.
he's one of the guys that I always looked up to, and always trying to model my game after.
That's awesome.
There was an article about you getting your Kobe tattoo
Yeah.
like a year after
Yep.
his passing, and I
Yeah.
thought that tattoo was pretty sick.
No, yeah, I definitely had to. I had to get a tribute to him, because he's the kind of the reason why I got into the basketball.
Mhm.
And then too, just like a little quick story. So the day before he passed, we were playing South Bay out here in LA, and I had a good game, and we ended up beating the South Bay Lakers by like 27 points. So like, we're feeling good, about to go home, or I think to Utah, I think right after or the next day to fly out. So like, next day happened, we hear the news and we're in LA, and it just doesn't feel the same. Like, you can tell like something was going on. It didn't feel right. And just being in the airport, it was definitely sad just to hear the news. Once we got back to Fort Wayne, I was like, I have to do something to kind of pay tribute. So, that's why I got the tattoo.
Yeah. No, I've seen pictures and it's fantastic, and it certainly makes sense. I mean, I didn't realize you guys were out there when it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Man.
were down here and playing the Lakers, so it's crazy.
Yeah. What would you say that it was easier for you to do the West Coast road trips than it was any others?
I'll tell you this. I'll always look forward to the West Coast road trip just because I can, see family, go home, and I knew family was going to be at the games because it was a hard travel for my family just to go to see games in Indiana.
Yep.
So once I knew that we were going to the West Coast, I was very excited, very happy, and just the fact that it's a lot warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To bring
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff like that. The weather was a little bit better during
I
this
bet.
time.
I bet. My sister lives in Los Angeles, so
I think it was
I
negative
I
8
certainly
here.
understand that.
What was it yesterday? We got down to -8.
Yeah,
Yep.
yesterday
Right.
morning.
Yep.
The weather's pretty bad out there right now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cold. It's very
Really?
cold out here.
We're
I honestly was
cur-
telling my fiance, I was like, I kind of miss that weather. Just the fact that I don't know, it's different because in LA we don't get that. It doesn't get that cold and it's pretty warm. But I like the change of weather, so that's something that I kind of miss.
I like the change of weather because it just means another sport is getting ready to start.
Right.
Like
That's right.
nothing beats feeling that crisp air on your face walking into the Coliseum.
Exactly. I know it's playing in there. It was the Coliseum was just always cold. The fact the last couple of years playing Gamebridge, I was like, oh yeah, we don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah, well,
There's
I
no
mean,
ice underneath.
yeah, I
you
was
guys.
about to say.
Yeah. Didn't have to wear a hoodie or under your jersey or anything like that when you're warming up.
Yeah. Are you planning on coming back to go to a Boom game to see that new arena?
I text CT literally the other day. I was like, me and my fiance have to go and see a game and kind of see the arena because I just seen videos and pictures of the arena. It looks amazing.
Do you
It
did
is.
you, we CT hooked us up with their team there, and we got an exclusive tour on opening night.
Oh, you
And
did?
yeah. So let us know when you're coming. We'll use our media passes and
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely
come hang
will
out.
reach out and I'll let you guys
Yeah.
know. How far is it?
Yeah.
How far is it from Fort Wayne?
It's like from
2 hours.
2
2 hours?
hours
Oh,
somewhere
okay.
in there.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's not too.
it's not that bad. So
Yeah. All I'm
but
saying is if you come back, they better hang a jersey up in the rafters.
Right. Yeah, I want to see
Yeah.
it. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. They didn't have. Do they have a Ron's jersey up there in the arena yet?
no.
I didn't. I
So
don't think so.
so they have hanging above the locker room door is your number, Ron's number, Anzi's little
Win record.
win record,
Really?
Hankins 100 win thing.
I need to text CT because I didn't know that. I know that when in one of the hallways, they have everybody that
Yeah.
got called up and stuff like that. But I didn't know
Uh-huh.
they had that the numbers on the wall or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I don't have to text CT and tell him to send me a picture of that because I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
It's still got the old Mad Ants logo on it too.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But so do you have any plans of like coaching or doing anything back in the sport?
I've thought about going into coaching. I think that's something I'm still going into. Like right now, I just signed up to be in the coaching program with the NBA, WNBA, and the G League, and it's a program that kind of helps
Nice.
former players, current players transition into coaching. So that's what I literally had the orientation meeting before I got on here. So yeah, so that's something that I am going to be doing, and they're going to help us kind of learn everything we need to know and give us the tools and stuff to transition into that. So that's definitely something that I'm interested in doing to see where that goes. So
V-
I'm gonna take this course and kind of see where it takes me.
Well, if you end up in Noblesville, we'd be happy to have you back. So
Right. Well,
Yeah.
hey, like just seeing Phillip Rivers, go back and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Man.
Like, maybe I try to get back in the league next year. So who knows? And I'm a
This man
3
off
years
the
younger.
bench.
We'll see what happens.
pull that jersey retirement down for a couple
Right.
games
So hey,
and
but
unretire it.
I
and
got a couple more years in me.
yeah. Man.
What was it like seeing, people from the Pacers or like the Indiana Pacers going to watch your game and Caitlin Clark going to watch your guys'
Mhm.
games
No,
too?
that's pretty cool.
I thought that was cool.
It's definitely cool to see them, be at our games. It's kind of it just it just showed that the organizations is like a family. Like they come down and watch us play, and then when they have their games, like we're able to kind of watch them too. So it's definitely kept us close as an organization, and get to know each other a little bit more.
Yeah. Did you get to hang out with like Tyrese and those guys up in Indy?
No, we never really because they probably either they're traveling or they
Yep.
their schedules are pretty busy. But I know that when they had when always they had a home games, we had a select few times where we got tickets. So I definitely took advantage of that
Yeah.
to be at those games.
Yeah.
We would either have practice and then the rest of the day to ourselves. Me being from out here, I didn't really have anybody out there that I knew, so obviously, I'm gonna take advantage and go watch the game.
Yep. Did you get to go to any of the finals?
See, that's the thing. I wish, but since the season ended up ending in April,
Yeah.
that's the times where we had to go home. So I was like, I'm gonna go home. But I wish I was able to, stay out there and kind of experience that atmosphere. Because I know I just
Yeah.
watching on TV is pretty dope.
I mean, it's the team you were or the affiliate team you were drafted by
Right,
and
right.
the team that traded for you playing for it.
Right,
So,
right. No, definitely a great series, and I wish I would wish I was able to kind of see that in person, but I definitely um got a dust of it when I was watching it on TV.
yeah, that had to be cool. I mean, it was cool for us because I mean, seeing CT standing there with the Eastern Conference
Right,
Championship trophy and
right,
being like, actually, Colin and I got to have him on. His interview was that next morning, right after they had just won the Eastern Conference.
right,
So perfect timing for that one.
right.
But
Did you
yeah,
guys were you guys able to kind of see catch the games either in the Eastern Conference or finals? Were you able to go?
no, I wasn't able to go.
No,
No.
We
no.
couldn't touch tickets. I
I know
joked
it's pretty
with
pricey.
CT and he laughed.
Yeah, the tickets are definitely pretty pricey,
Really?
especially since the Pacers made the finals that year and went to a game
Yeah,
7.
Right, right,
So,
right,
yeah.
right. But that would have been a
No,
pretty
yeah.
cool experience though.
Yeah, I was hoping to get a call from my buddies over at High Octane to get my NBA call up for the finals, but I'm sure they had no trouble filling their spots
Right.
with their guys.
yeah.
Yeah. No. So if you're coaching, are you looking to like coach in the G League? Or are you thinking college? Where are you thinking?
I mean, yeah, I definitely would. I can see myself coaching in the G League just because of, I've experienced playing in the G League. So I think I have a lot to give and a lot of knowledge that I can, give back to the players. I also, can see myself coaching in college as well. I think it just depends on the right situation, what best fits for me and my family goes into it. But I definitely can see myself coaching either or.
So that's really cool that the G or that they have a program for you guys
Yeah.
that if you're interested in going to
Yeah.
coaching. How long has that been around? Do you know?
I do not know. I think it's something that I kind of started having like the last couple of years because I know or I don't think I remember them offering it to us my like first couple of years in the G League. I know the G
Hmm.
League has been each year they gain something and bring a lot of resources to the league, which is good to see. Just because of where when I started, they didn't really have a lot of stuff that they were offering for us. But now that now today you can sit here and say like they've improved so much. So I'm glad to see the league going in the right direction.
Yeah. So what's that been like? Because you got to see it from the beginning of it being the G League,
Mhm.
when it came from the D League to the G League. Well, like, what's one of the greatest changes that you've seen in your time in the league?
I mean, we got to start off with just the contracts, right? When I first started, there was three different contracts, the A, B, and C. Where I think the A was getting 20 something, 20 for the 20 to 25, something like that. To the C being only like 13. So from just starting there to where it's at now, it's like night and day. So like that's kind of one of the things I could say that is definitely an improvement too. Like when I started too, we had roommates. Um on the road and at home. So like we had roommates. And I think that if it kind of felt like a college setting, like right, like you're in college and you're traveling, you have the roommates like that. But we're supposed to be professionals, and we have roommates on the road, so that's something that they got better with too. And the list goes on, like health benefits and all that stuff. No, there's a big difference now, and they still haven't stopped. Growing as a league, and I'm just happy that I was kind of there to kind of see that process grow.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I've also heard that they've got some like financial assistance, not like
Mhm.
loans, but like help you manage your money so
Yeah,
you're not going
yeah,
there and like
yeah. A lot
just
of
jumping in
resources
and
too. Like
yeah.
yeah, guys like there's we have financial meetings with an advisor that kind of help us, give us tools to kind of help save our money. There's
Hmm.
resources where you're able to kind of speak to a therapist if you have stuff going on, and that's definitely definitely took advantage of those resources. Later on in my career, earlier, I was still learning. I thought I didn't need any of that stuff, but I came to the fact that, I kind of need that stuff, and why not? Because it's free to us, and it's something definitely I can use for the rest of my life.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, did you ever have a
No.
bad roommate on the road?
I don't want to call anybody out, but no, all my roommates were pretty chill, and if I did, I think I'll tell you this, like when we had roommates, my first couple of years, and we didn't really get to choose. So like, we go to these hotels and they'll have our names on the cards. I'm like, yeah, please don't put me with this guy. Please don't put me with this guy. But no, that's a literally true story. Like we would go to these hotels and be at the front desk, and one of the coaches will have all everybody's keys, and each key will have a name or two names on it, and it'll say, hey, here's your key to the room, and like you really don't find out who you're with until you get there.
What's one of the best roommates you had?
Best roommate. Let's see. I had to be one of my close friends, either Ben Moore or like Trey, like Trav, like any of those guys. Those guys are one of my closest friends.
So, did you say in nice hotels when you traveled, or 'cause I know sometimes there's some sketch stories.
Well, hey, like when it started to now, like when I first started, when the league didn't have that much money, you'll stay in these not like bad hotels, but not as nice as hotels of where those guys are staying now. And depending on like what city like you go to, like the Eries or other small like the Sioux Falls, like it's only select few hotels that they can offer. So like when I went to Erie, I mean I can't remember what hotel. I don't think it was one of the nicest, but it wasn't like a 5-star hotel, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You
So oh, go ahead.
sorry, Kevin.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you have any? Did you have any teammates that did any weird rituals like before game?
No, because I don't I
Nope.
mean
Not that he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
right, nothing I would tell, but nothing I can really think of any like nothing anything too crazy. Yeah, like I said, like, hey, I don't want to call anybody out right here because that'll get me in trouble. It's all over
In
the
that,
internet, right?
yeah, yeah. In that same
Not yet.
vein, uh, what was your like your go-to like your words if I could talk today? I'm sorry. So what did you do to get ready for the game? Basically, like what was your process? That's the word I was trying to find.
Yeah, like over the years it changed. Once I got over, kind of learned a lot of different things and stuff like that. But so we would have shoot around in the morning on game days. So we would probably shoot around from like start 10 or 11 depending on what time we pick, and then once I after shoot around I'll go. This is like my first couple years in the league. I'll just go back home, eat something, and take a nap for a couple hours, and then go back to the gym to start my warm-ups and stuff like that. But then like over the years I start learning stuff and start doing little things like when I got older I started shooting. I'll shoot maybe a couple of maybe 20 to 30 minutes after our shoot around, and then go back to the hotel and stretch and kind of stay up. I took away the naps when I got older. I didn't think that I felt like it'll make me a little bit joggy and sleepy, and I don't really have that much energy going into the game. So like I cut that out, and I started stretching, maybe reading, watching movies and stuff like that. Kind of kept me up. Um, so I'm ready to play. But then again, like too, when the last couple of years when we played in Indy, some of our games will be at 12 or at 6, so they're a little bit earlier. So obviously, I don't want to take a nap for those periods of time. So because the
Yeah.
game's a little bit earlier, so I'll have to kind of find different things to do before the games. Shenanigans. Let's see. I tell you, like, for travel wise, like, my early years in the league, sometimes we would have to bus to the close trips. Like, I think they still do bus, but like to the Ohio's or the Wisconsins,
Michigan.
but yeah, the Michigans,
Yeah.
Grand Rapids, and stuff like that. But I know that when we were in Fort Wayne, we had a bus one time to Toronto, um,
Oh,
which is a little further trip, and during the period of just the winter storms and stuff like that.
yeah,
So, and we got a sleeper, and I mean, sometimes people be like, "Oh, sleepers are pretty comfortable," and like you just sleep the whole way. But no, it's not just because like you have like maybe 10 to 12 guys that are like 6 feet plus on a sleeper bus,
Yeah.
and these beds are literally like kind of like stacked up, and all you can do is pretty much lay down for 8 to 9 hours,
yeah,
and it can get pretty tight in there and hot in there, and
Uh-huh.
with a bunch of dudes. So, that's it. And, you want to, get out and stretch and stretch your legs and stuff like that. So that's kind of like an uncomfortable trip, but um, we may do, because, we had to, bus. So it's kind of a
yeah.
little bit of our little travel story.
Now, did you guys play against Pascal Siakam when he was part of Raptors 905?
No, I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think we played against him, but let me see what the
What
guy.
what is the hardest what is the best player you had to play against in your 8 years?
See, I don't even know. Like, I feel like we played against so many different guys. For the known guys, like the NBA guys that people would know about. Like, I played against Nate Robinson when he was in the G League. I think he was
Nice.
Nice.
87ers. I think he was. We also played against Brandon Jennings when he was with the Herd. I think he was trying to make a comeback to the league. We played against him. I'm trying. I know I'm missing some guys, but uh,
Hey, at least you got to play with Tyler Hansborough though.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Tyler Harris
Yeah.
no, he was a character, but he was definitely a good player. And I know, like, I always used to watch him on TV when he was playing with the Hills. It's crazy that I could say I played with Tyler Hansborough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I only played with or I only was coached by two guys. So Yanzi and you know, uh, Tom. So but I've gotten so much good advice throughout the years, and I think that one of the things that kind of started to line that kind of stood out to me is control what you control. Right, when I was telling you guys earlier, when those NBA guys, um, came down, you can't really control that, right? But you
Mhm.
control your attitude. You can control what time you show up every day. You control, how much effort you can give. So, this learning that kind of helped me throughout the my course of my career, because I think I'm not gonna lie, that stuff when those guys came down, it kind of got to me. I'm like, man, these guys are down here today. Oh, I'm probably not gonna get as much minutes as I want. Maybe might not get a lot of shots that I want. So it kind of affected me of how much I brought to the table as far as this, what kind of energy I brought to the games, or, what kind of attitude I brought to the games. But I kind of
Right.
learned that, yeah, man, that's going to happen. But I still can control how much effort and energy I give, and kind of be there for my teammates too. So that's kind of probably one of the biggest advice I can give anybody that is
Yeah.
going into the league.
Where
It's
you
always
ha
hard when you got to be competitive with teammates though too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. And at the end of the day, we all have our goals, right? We all have a goal. So maybe, getting to the league or going somewhere else after, like, overseas or something like that. So we still have our individual goals. So it's kind of hard to kind of, let our egos down, to back down from that, just because of the fact that we're so competitive and we want the biggest and the best things for ourselves.
Right.
So with the
Uh,
overseas thing, what's it like as far as how do you get hooked up with, oh, I'm gonna go to China, I'm gonna go to Russia? Like, how does that come about?
It's pretty much your agent, right? So, like, the teams overseas will contact your agents, and your agents will contact you. Say, hey, like, I have this team in Russia and they're offering this amount of money and he'll give me all the information about the ins and outs of the offer, and then I'll be like, hey, like I think that's something I would want to do or not. But that's kind of how it works. Or like I learned too, like once you've been somewhere or know somebody, it's kind of your connections too that can kind of work as well, because a lot of these teams or agents that works overseas, they'll contact you either through like Facebook or Instagram, and they kind of like, hey, it's like, hey, do you need a job? We have an offer. Like, would you like to play with us? It's not just your agent, who and then maybe some guys will be contacting you as well.
Nice. How did like housing wise, did they have player housing, or did you have to stay with like a host family, or how did that
Yeah,
work?
I think that just depends on the team. Like for me, when I was in China, I was in a hotel, so I was able to stay in a hotel, and I think, and then Russia and China, I was in a house or apartment as well. So it just depends on the team and the country. And some of the bigger teams that are with the most money will probably put you in a better place than the other smaller teams that don't have as much.
Nice.
So you played during the COVID year, correct?
Yeah, yes. Bits and pieces of it. So like you're talking about the year that when we first learned about COVID, or the actual COVID year?
So
The actual
the
season.
yeah,
I
the
don't
season.
I don't think I think I came back for maybe a couple weeks or a week and then went overseas, but I think I got a brief stint during that time.
So overseas, what were the like restrictions and stuff like that playing during that time frame?
So like when I went to I went to Taiwan during the COVID season, and they don't play around with the with the virus. Like when I landed, um I had to get like sprayed down with I think some disinfectant spray that literally sprayed me, make sure I had wiped down from the airplane, and then once I got into the car, they brought me to a hotel, and I had to stay in the hotel for 14 days to quarantine. So I was living in a hotel. I went straight to the hotel from the flight. Did not get to chance to walk around the country or anything like that. I was in there for 14 days, and once I got out of quarantine, um, I think I had to do something else, but it was a pretty brutal transition just because of the fact that like you're in shape, you come out there in shape, but then you go in a hotel, you kind of sit around for 14 days. But they did give me like some type of like workout equipment, so I'm able to kind of do some type of stuff, but it didn't really help just because of the fact that like it doesn't translate to like game shape or playing shape or anything
Right.
like that. So like the coaches are expecting me to be jumping out of gym or in the best shape possible. You literally was sitting in a room for like 14 days, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like I just had room service
Sounds
for
like a
2
lot
weeks,
of
guys.
2K.
Yeah, a lot of 2K room service, literally. A lot of looking at walls and stuff like that. It definitely was tough just to be in there for that long.
So but you were stateside during the year that we shut down. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
What was that like? Just like, did you guys get a phone call like, "Hey, we're shutting down. We're done for the year"?
No,
Like,
no. So like, I remember, I think we just finished playing a game. I don't know if it was in Grand Rapids or what, but like,
It was like a
I
day or
think it
two
was in
after a
Grand
game.
Rapids.
yeah,
I
something
remember
like
that.
that. Like, I think, and we're like transitioning into the playoffs, so I think we were doing pretty well, and we're looking forward to like the postseason. And then I think everybody looks on their phone. They're like, I think they're like, I think they're canceling season, and like, guys like what? Like we'll go around and look at our phones, but that's kind of how we got our first information, and I think we got the official news like maybe the day after, or whatever, saying like, hey, like they're sending everybody home, or we're not going to see them this season, which was
Yeah.
kind of like disappointing just because of the fact that we were on a roll, and I think we could have done big things in the postseason during that year.
Yeah. I remember that because we there was one game left and we were supposed to have like the employee appreciation like party like
Mhm.
end of season.
Yeah.
And I remember Julie texting me to text the rest of the guys like, "Hey, we're done." I'm like, "So no party, no game, no." She's like, "Nope, we are done. Like this season is over."
Yeah,
I'm like,
it was
"All
pretty
right."
crazy. It was pretty crazy, but I still remember that to this day. We were on that bus and got that news, so it was unfortunate, but yeah, I guess it made sense.
So, during that season when you were in Taiwan, did you guys have like, w- what were the restrictions like for that? Did you guys have fans in the building? Did you guys have?
So during the year, there was fans because the country kept it strict on like people traveling in and out of the country, so they kind of kept it on wraps. So like we had games, and the games were pretty much packed, like literally like standing room only. Like those games will get a good crowd, and I know that year we made it to the finals in the first two games. Like we're on the road in one of the biggest cities out there. It was literally full, and then the next day we go to back to the city that we play in. They're like, oh, like there's a virus outbreak, so they literally shut down fans. So like there's literally empty seats, nobody in the stands. We're playing in an empty gym. Um, it's pretty crazy to see, like, from 2 games ago we had full
Mm-hmm.
20, 30,000 people in the stands to nobody in the stands. So it's a pretty crazy transition. But that's kind of what happened. And then they ended up I don't think we either didn't finish the finals or maybe we did, but I know this knew that we had to like leave right away to go back home.
It's not very fun when all the energy just
No,
disappears from
yeah,
a stadium
especially
like
like
that.
we go home and we don't have our fans because we kind of feed
Mhm.
off our fans too, and it's definitely great energy to have. We're like, man, like they got their 2 games with their fans, but we don't get a fans. It kind of sucked, but we had to do what we had to do. We kind of had to adapt. Um, yeah,
All I hear is the echo of my basketball
right,
bouncing off the floor.
right.
Yeah,
What
that'd
is
be.
this?
Like cardboard cutouts of people in the
No, I
stands?
think they had a banner where will cover half of the stand, and I think that they had the camera on the other side, so all you see is just the court and then that banner. So
Mm-hmm.
it didn't
Oh,
look too
okay.
crazy.
I know a lot of American stadiums would put like you could pay so much
Right,
money and have your
Virtual.
cardboard
right.
cutout
I did
put.
Yeah.
some of the college games. They had like the little cutout boards of um people in the stands and stuff like that. Was looked pretty cool. And I think what was it when the NBA had theirs? They had a little like virtual board, or they had
Yeah,
like the live fans watching and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
that was cool, but like I still wish nothing beats having the fans in the
Right,
building.
right.
So
Nothing. Yeah. Like that fan energy in gym. You can't beat that.
no, no. I mean, and Steph, I will say, and I think I speak for the other guys on here, you certainly brought the energy, and it was easy for us to increase that energy watching you play, and guys like you and Walt Lemon Jr., um, Gabe. Gabe was fun to
Yeah, yeah.
watch. Um, you know,
And then
it.
Torch.
Yep. The um, I do have to ask, did you get to interact with John when David was there with John Stockton?
No, I didn't play. I think I was gone those years when he was David was playing. So like I didn't get a chance to meet John.
Yeah. No, it was crazy the night that he was there, and
Really?
I walked up because it was Chris's birthday, it was CT's birthday, and I went up to go after the game, just walk up to him and go, "Hey, happy birthday." And he goes, "Oh, hey, have you met John?"
Really?
It's just like, "Oh."
No, right, because John's a legend and a Hall of Famer, and that would be cool just to be able to meet him. So I wish I could have, but unfortunately, I didn't.
No, yeah. Um, who would you say is one of the best people you played with that was good at getting in the other team's heads?
Oh, who would?
There's a whole bunch of trash talk going on
Yeah.
that
Right,
court.
right. Who would? I'm trying to see who is one of the big trash talkers.
I thought I watched Alizé a lot, and I thought he started a lot of crap.
All right, Alizé, I forgot. Yeah, Alizé was one of them. And then when George, George Niang, when he came down and played with us, he would be one of those guys that kind of will get into the other team and talk some smack. Who else would be?
I mean, I don't know how much trash talk he did, but he certainly would give the stare. Was Goga? Goga would just stare at you and stare you down.
Yeah. He did.
Rob Gray was pretty good at it too, talking crap.
Yeah, Rob Gray. Yeah, he would, especially like when you'll get under his skin, he'll definitely talk and be at those other the other team. But yeah, I think those guys will be I would say well I know I'm probably missing some people, but those probably the main guys who be talking.
What about Trevelyan Queen, TQ?
I didn't play with them. But
you didn't play with him?
I didn't play with him, but I think I heard stories where he was one of those guys who kind of get after it.
Yeah. So
did you get? Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin.
I gotta ask, the huge comeback against the Canton Charge. What was said in the locker room that sparked
the one at home at the Coliseum, right? I think he had the special jerseys, I think, that night or something.
It was
you guys were down by like 36 points.
I mean, I don't know what was said. Maybe nothing was said, literally, but we came back, we found a rhythm, and then the crowd was getting after it. And once that happened, we start feeling good about each other, and I think that's pretty much it. Guys were making shots. We had a lot of energy. I think Dax was one of the guys that was making some big shots and going crazy. But that's the thing too, like in the G League and probably like other leagues, NBA and stuff like that. Like once you get down to halftime, like, don't give up, don't quit, because anything can happen. Because we've been on the other side where we up like 20, 30 points at half, and we think we're feeling good, like, oh, this game is over. We kind of like lean back, and next thing you know, we lose. So like you never want to give up in the leagues, and you want to keep playing because anything can happen. And I've seen we all seen craziest things in sports with like big comebacks like that.
No lead.
Dylan helped you guys win that.
Oh,
Dylan helped you guys win that game too.
So one of their coaches was like, their players were talking crap to us, like, "Hey, why are you guys so quiet? Why are you so quiet?" And then you started to come back, so we started our chirping and trash talking.
Right.
And one of the coaches just looked at us, like assistant coaches had the clipboard, looked over at us and just was shaking his head. And Dylan goes, once you guys took the lead, Dylan goes, "I hope somebody on the team knows the Heimlich, because it looks like you guys are choking right now."
Really?
And he took his clipboard and smashed it over his leg. Papers went flying everywhere.
Wow.
It was one of our crowning moments. We were very proud of that one.
That's funny.
That, along with getting 2 people on the herd fined.
Oh, man.
Yes. They told us to perform an illicit act on them, and I was not thrilled about it. So
I got Giannis's brother to call me not so nice words.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
When he was playing for, you talking about his older brother?
Younger brother.
Younger, okay.
Yeah.
Stuff with the herd or something.
Yes.
I don't remember.
I don't think it was it the herd?
I don't know.
Because he has a couple brothers. I know I played against.
Right.
I think early when his older brother was on Westchester Knicks, and then I think he has another brother that played with the Lakers or something like that. He's a little bit taller, but I played against a couple of his brothers.
All I said was you'll never be as good as your brother. That's all I said.
It's pretty tough to be that good.
We told one of the brothers that he missed a free throw, and we said your brother would be disappointed in you, and he was not happy with us. The only person we didn't really lay into was Walt when he came back with Windy City, and even then we still gave it to him, but it wasn't our 100% for us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, but it was. We're glad.
He said,
that
"I love you guys." He said, "I love you guys, but I'm going to drop 40."
Right.
But Steph, we are very happy that you never went to another team because
No, I know. Like I'm very faithful and loyal, man. I mean, I thought about. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about maybe thinking about playing on another team, and that what would that be like just to experience something with a different organization. Like I was thinking about maybe playing with the Lakers just because I live down the street from them. It would be cool, easy access. My family could see me every game, but no, I grew to love playing out there for the Mad Ants, and it was kind of like my second home. Like I met a lot of great people out there, and I was able to connect and kind of see a different part of the state. So it's definitely a great opportunity and a great time that I had the last couple of years.
Yeah. What's the best arena that you've played in besides the Coliseum?
Other than the Coliseum?
Yeah.
I mean, the Lakers, they have pretty nice facility. They have
Yeah.
the
remember-
old facility, the old facility, the old Lakers practice facility wasn't as great, but their new one's pretty nice. Who else has a nice one?
Is that the one that's just down the road in El Segundo?
El Segundo, yep.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a pretty
Yeah.
nice arena. I mean, the Long Island Nets, they play in I think a hockey arena.
Is that in the?
That's pretty nice over there. I mean, yeah, like any team that plays in a NBA facility has a nice arena just because it's an NBA arena.
Yeah.
What's the best food you've had on the road? And so
I was
I know
gonna tee you up
I know
for
you're
that.
playing a lot, but did you ever like sneak away and get some stadium food?
There's a couple. There's a bar out in Fort Wayne. I forget what it's called. It's out by like St. Joe Road, and we used to go there a couple times, and I never knew their wings was that good, but I had like one of my teammates got it, and there are these grilled wings. I'm like, this is one of the best wings I ever had, and I forget the name, but I
Was
probably
it corner pocket?
in my ex corner pocket. Yep.
Yeah.
Pocket. So I never knew their wings was that good, but I got
They're
it one
good.
time, and I just literally every time I go there, I get the wings. So
Pocket wings and pocket fries.
Yeah. That was a place like you would never think that the food would be that good just because it looks like a local bar, but no, like their wings is one of the best I've ever had.
Oh yeah, man, we gotta get there.
Right.
Well, Steph,
I haven't been there in years.
Really,
Steph, when you come back, we'll have to meet you over there.
Have to stop by and get their wings.
Yeah. So, all right.
Now,
go ahead, Colin.
I was gonna ask him. What colors do you like the best? Do you like the maroon and gold, or do you like the blue and gold?
I mean, it makes sense with the blue and gold just because it's kind of like the pastel color, so that makes sense. But I actually honestly like the red and gold just because of the fact that's something different. And I think I look better in red than blue.
Now, one more question before Kevin sends us off here.
All right.
Favorite specialty jersey that you wore with the Mad Ants?
Oh man, we have so many. We had some SpongeBob jerseys. The shorts, the green shorts. I think those are one of the best ones we had. I think we had like a I don't know I forget what the name, but it was like superhero night. I think we were the
Black Panther.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool. I mean, I have bad memories, so I don't even know what other jerseys we had, but we've had some good ones. But those are kind of the ones that kind of stood out to me right now.
I'm a fan of the Indiana throwback jerseys that you guys wore.
Oh, yeah, those are pretty nice too. Those are pretty.
Yeah.
I got Trayvon Thibodeau sitting in my closet right now.
Yep.
Yeah. But all right. Well, Steph, before we hit we always close with a closing question, but before we hit that, I do want to ask, do you have any advice for a kid that wants to get into the G League or somebody that wants to get involved into pro sports?
Yeah, I mean, advice for one is kind of reach out to somebody if you can that's kind of been there and done that before, just so you can get the advice and kind of get the knowledge and information to what you need to kind of be successful in the league. And then I think you just keep working, each and every night. Like, don't give up. Don't let anything let you down. Just, keep working at it and use your connections. Connect. I think the two is like, who you know and kind of reach out to people and kind of get their advice. I think that's kind of the biggest tools that you can kind of do to kind of get there.
Cool. Cool. All right. And then so we've asked this of most of our guests. What does minor league sports mean to you?
Uh, Minus league sports, I think it's one is a grind. I think it's a grind just to be in that atmosphere, just knowing that fact that like you might not be in the best situations or the best atmosphere, but make the most of it. Like use the opportunity to get better and um not stay, but kind of um better your situation.
Cool. All right. So tonight's closing question. So we'll go around the horn and I'll just ask each one of you. What is your favorite Mad Ants memory? And Dylan, we'll start with you.
I think it's the game that I wasn't technically scheduled. I was pre-gaming before the game, so I had like 2 glasses of scotch or something just to have a little feel. And then Kevin's like, "Hey, one of the snare drummers dropped out. Can you come to the game?" I'm like, "I was planning on being there. Sure, why not?" So I was a little tipsy, and Kevin had to reel me back in a little bit because I was getting a little too aggressive with my trash talk. So that was pretty fun. But yeah.
That was a stressful night, but it was also hilarious because Colin and I were sitting behind you just laughing at everything you were trying to say. Hey, but
Just like, yeah.
yeah. Ryan, what about you?
Oh man, I only got to a few Mad Ants games over the course of them being there with me coaching during the winter and all that stuff. But
Right.
I enjoyed every game I went to. It was always fun. Colin hooked me up with the free tickets all the time, so that was great. So no, but yeah, it was a great atmosphere. It was never like super packed, like to where you're rushing to get to something or whatever. But always a great time.
Colin?
I think just all the player connections that we get, and like Giannis's brother, Taco Fall, DeMarcus Cousins' brother. Come
Yeah.
on. Like all those player interactions, man. Like who there's not very many people who can say they have an interaction with, any players really, unless you're sitting on the court.
Right. I'd have to say it's probably kind of feeding off what Colin said, that interaction, but the fact that like we got to become friends with like the players, and it was like we all felt we were one big team, whereas in the NBA there was no way if I was on the Pacers drum line, I wouldn't have gotten to sit there with Vic and Tyrese and those guys, like but you guys interacted with us all the time, and we felt very much like a member of the family. And we'd come in early and sit there courtside while you guys were doing shoot around, and it was a fun time. It brought me the closest to being in a dream of being in pro sports. I mean, I got to live it because of that. So, but Steph, what's your favorite Mad Ants memory?
Any game we won, honestly. I mean, just recently, just the game that, like I said earlier, like just the game, they retired my jersey, not only because they did that, just because my mom and my fiance were there. Like that was the first time they were able, or not my fiance, but my mom was be able to come to a game out in Indiana. That was her first time in Indiana and be able to kind of see her son play. It meant a lot to me just kind of see her there. Sitting courtside and be able to watch me for, maybe my last time ever playing for the Mad Ants. So, no, it was a good opportunity to see that. And I definitely was very happy to see her there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, we do want to thank you for hopping on, and we hope this isn't the last time you hop on. We'd love to have you back.
No, well, thank you guys for having me, and this was definitely a dope experience for for it being my first time on a podcast. But definitely, we'll be happy to join more if you guys were happy to invite me again. But it's definitely a good experience.
Definitely.
This is a great trip down memory lane.
Right.
That was awesome.
Right. No. And you are the first basketball player. We've had 2 semi-pro goalies on, but you're the
Really?
first professional. Yeah. So we are happy to have you on, and we can't wait to have you back.
No, yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yep. Anybody you'd like to shout out before we sign off?
Shout out to my fiance, Taylor. You know, shout out to her. She's my rider, and I love her so much. So, shout out to her.
Awesome. All right. Well, Steph, thanks again. Thank you guys, the listener. If you got a question for Steph, drop it down below. We'll get it to him and try to get it answered for you. But in the meantime, Colin, what do we say?
The music.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much.